your music. Listen to it. When we hang out. Happy days, relax. Roll another one, 'cause we're gonna have some fun. Don't forget to follow any of our affiliates.
The Bobby and Chaz Show.
Roll another blunt, 'cause we're gonna light it up. Send your music in. Enjoy the tunes with me. Roll up on the screen. Take a seat with me. Send your music in. And maybe bring your friends. Take a seat with me. Enjoy the show with me. Sit back and hang out with Happydaze and me.
J-Cup with a double styrofoam cup.
Tune in now to the Bobby and Chaz Show.
What's up, guys? It is AcidXHappy here with Happydaze Entertainment, and today we have a very fun and special guest with us. We're not going to be going around the basic music route we usually take. We're actually going to be talking about animals and specific things that revolve around breeding rats and a few other different things regarding a friend of mine and what it took to get her to the point where she's at with her little entrepreneurship, as well as where she's at in life in general. So we're gonna bring her on if she wants to go ahead and say hey and introduce herself.
Hi everyone. I'm Lil Red. I breed and sell baby little rats, and they are the cutest things. I will show one right now.
Didn't do any of the stuff I said.
We were already live when you told us to.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well,
You should have
I'm sorry. Well, for next time.
Yes, for next time. We have an interview again in
Share that to me.
2 hours. All right,
What
sorry
happened?
about that. He was talking in my ear a little bit, so I was a little bit distracted, unfortunately. Did you bring your baby out and I missed it?
I did.
I am so sorry for that.
Oh, I'll bring it out again. Promise.
Let's
Keep the rat out. That's what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah, he said keep the babies out as much as you can.
That's probably what the people want to see.
They
The people
will try to
want
run
see.
all over the place.
Do you have any adults with you?
I do. Well, not with me. I could go and procure one, but I usually keep them with the rest of the babies so they can feed them.
Of course.
Whatever makes you and the babies comfortable.
Whatever.
Share that to me, honey.
All right, I'm
Yes,
sharing.
they're very sweet. I'm very misunderstood kind of pet. They basically just like to be wherever you are.
I see. So now we know your name and we know what your hobby is and what you do with your time. How old are you?
I am 24.
Okay, I see.
And I actually didn't get into rat breeding because I necessarily wanted to. I went to a store instead of a breeder, and they gave me some pregnant rats. And that's how these guys came along.
I see.
And I found some love in that.
So has it been complicated trying to figure out ways to maneuver the proper techniques and ways to take care of the babies? Because from my understanding, baby rats are pretty fragile.
They are, and actually, the moms don't need too much help. All they need is extra calories. It has been challenging though because these little things escape. They get everywhere. I had to zip tie a bunch of little tiny holes that I didn't think that they could get through, but they can.
almost like cats in a sense. That kind of reminds me of, you know how can cats can like squeeze through holes 10
Yeah, it's
times smaller than them.
it's basically the same dynamic. So anything their head can fit through, the body can fit through.
I see, I see. So how many in total do you have right now, including the adults and the babies?
I have 22 baby rats. I have a special kind of rat that I will bring on in a little bit. Um, and she is a Siamese, which means that she's gonna look like a Siamese cat, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know, babe. It's the Facebook update.
The Facebook.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, do you have any plans on developing more room to keep the babies and continue breeding, or is this just going to be a one-time thing?
So I'm looking into because the thing that I did wrong was I went to a store for these. So I'm going to be looking at a breeder for another Siamese male, so I can start a line of Siamese rats. So that'll be very interesting. I also have a few Dumbo eared babies, which means that the Disney Dumbo ears or Dumbo the elephant.
Yes.
That's what their ears look like. It's so funny. It's cute.
That is so cute. I love that. So, regarding that, is there any plan you have moving forward to have some sort of containment for them? Do you want to build a sanctuary or like an in-home little cage set up for them so that they could have like their mini rat hotel or something cool?
Well, so when you keep rats, you don't really want to keep them in tanks or anything that has like no airflow because it'll give them respiratory issues.
Yes.
I I eventually wanted to have a free room for my adults, but then also a room for nursery, like a nursery
A
for the baby.
nursery.
Because the adults, unfortunately, if you put the babies with adults that are not their moms, they will eat them.
Yes, that makes sense. Absolutely. So, I noticed that we've got like four people watching right now. If you guys are watching and have just tapped in, this is Jenna. She's talking to us about her most recent batch of baby rats. And actually, she was telling us about how you should not have and keep them in enclosed tanks or tight spaces. And it needs to be more of an open, like an open area for them to have their proper care that they need because of respiratory issues, correct?
Yes, it so rats have very, very, very sensitive lungs. So anything really like oils, the natural sense oils and stuff like that, that could mess with their respiratory and stuff like that. So like if you put lavender oil on, you probably shouldn't handle your rat right after that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I see, I see, I see. So, how old are the rats that you have right now?
The ones that I have right now are 3 weeks. Um, so they will be and the younger litter is 2 weeks. But the older litter will be ready to go to forever homes in like 2 weeks, unless the people have rats already. Then it'll have to be 6 to 8 weeks
Okay.
because they have to be the correct size to be introduced to adult rats.
Okay, I see, I see. So, how much would you averagely charge per rat baby?
Well, because rats are supposed to go in pairs, they're social animals. If you sell them one at a time or just one with one, then they will more likely to get depressed and that could kill them. Um, so I typically two and up is good. So I would charge more for a single rat than I would for a pair. So I'd charge like $20 for a single rat and 15 for a pair.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. I see, I see.
But
So,
it also depends on if you have like I said, if you have a rat. But you always want to get rats from a litter. Like if you get one from a litter, you want to get two, so they have somebody in the age group because they only live 2 to 3 years.
Yes, absolutely. Now, do you know anything about their reproduction cycle? Do you know how often that they can reproduce in a
Um,
year or anything like that?
Not in a year, but I do know. So they go into heat every 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Um, when so they're pregnant for 21 to 24 days, but they can get pregnant right after they have their babies. Um, and they feed their babies for 21 days, so they can have litter after litter after litter. But if you want if you plan on breeding rats, you don't want to just make your rat a machine. It's probably most healthy that if you breed a rat, that rat only has 2 litters if it's a mom. You would
Okay.
also you would also want to breed them between the ages of 4 months to 6 months, because after that it could be dangerous for their health.
Okay, I see.
You share it out, Dory.
Hey, what does it get?
I can't get on the regular thing where I can fucking hit the hearts and fucking all that shit.
Honestly, I have no idea. Anyways, do you have a specific diet that you need to keep your rats on for them to remain healthy?
Well, they get standard rock rat block, which is like just what they have standardly. But I also give them veggies and some fruits, because you don't want to get them too many fruits. Um and they're allowed to have like multiple different kinds of snacks and stuff. I would suggest like looking up what they can and cannot have, because some stuff is really good for them and some stuff can kill them. So,
Right. That makes sense. I see.
but yeah, you can basically feed
What's
them
bad for
whatever.
them? What can kill them? Tell our viewers about that in case we have any future rat owners.
That's a good question.
What was that? Sorry, I did not hear it.
He said to tell us what is bad for them. What are things that you know for a fact can harm them? So, in case we have any future rat owners or new rat owners that are watching that need this advice.
So like chocolate, like basically like dogs and cats, cinnamon. Um, there
Make
are
sure
like
you tell
avocado.
her again that chocolate's bad for cats. I don't think she heard you.
It is very bad for cats,
I know.
but a lot of people don't know that. They're bad for a lot of animals. Cannot have chocolate. Um, they can have small amounts of avocado, but they can't have avocado skin. Um, there's it's a wide range. So I planned on with my babies giving away a sheet of do's and don'ts of what they can and cannot eat, kind of like a care sheet with my baby.
Okay. Okay. So, what are some things that you would suggest are 100% go-tos that, would not hurt the rat in any type of way, since we just discussed the things that they
Also,
can't have.
what kind of things do they like to play with or entertain themselves with? What their personalities are like, all that we want to know.
All right. So this one that's running around crazy is a female, and that is the typical personality of a female rat. They love to explore. They're curious. Um, they're wild. Male rats, however, they're very chill. They'll cuddle with you. The only downside to owning a male rat is if they love you, they will pee on you. That is how they tell you they love you.
Flat out.
Fe- Female rats learn with age how to hold their business while you're handling them.
To control their bowel system.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do you have any toys that they like to play with or
Oh
anything
yeah.
like that?
Do
So
they like to
you
run on a wheel like mice and hamsters do?
when they're young, they can run on wheels, but I wouldn't suggest it because it can break their backs if you don't get one that's like huge, and that's usually pretty
Because
expensive.
rats get long, right?
Yeah. They like to play with lots of things. So if I don't have like the money, like I'll make them toys out of cardboard boxes. They really like hammocks.
Ooh,
They chew on sticks.
I'm sorry for all the questions, especially since I'm out of camera range or whatever. But
It's okay.
have you ever experimented with catnip at all? Do they like catnip?
I have not. I'm not sure. I actually looked that up, but I forgot if they can have it or not because I wanted to give mine some catnip. But if I didn't give it to them, they probably cannot. I would assume, but don't quote me on that. I don't know that one for sure.
Right.
Um, but what they do like is they do like there's a lot of baby food you can give them. They love baby. They can actually have chicken bones to chew on, which a lot of animals can't have that. But it's good for their teeth because their teeth always keep growing.
Right. Another thing that's kind of good for their teeth and stuff, but not like too hard. They really enjoy hemp seeds, whether they're
Yes.
raw or cooked to be, like how they do for in the hippie store for people.
Yep. So owning one doesn't have to be expensive. I know like you'll see online people have all these expensive toys and hammocks and all this stuff. Like rats really love clutter, but you can just honestly at home craft a bunch of their stuff. Like I'll make at home like puzzles in paper for them to like unwrap and figure out how to open to get treats.
That's actually good for their like learning skills
Yeah.
too.
Yes, because a bored rat is a destructive rat and you don't want them to be
Right,
bored.
right. You got to give them stuff to do.
Um But one of my favorites, my rats, every week, because you're not supposed to give them it all the time, is chicken. They'll go crazy for chicken. But you can't season it at all. It has to be some plain ass like you wouldn't eat it chicken. um,
That's probably why our rat never ate chicken skin because it was seasoned. You know what I mean? He would eat the meat part but leave the skin.
he probably knew it was bad for him. He was like, nope,
Too much salt and pepper, probably. you know.
like not today.
What's up, Gia? Thank you for tapping in. Share this out there. If you guys are watching this still, share this video, tag your highlights and followers.
This is another one of my babies. She's a calmer one. Um, just as rowdy as her sister that I had just a minute ago.
Do you have names for all of them, or is it just something you're gonna let the owners do when they get them?
I have names for some of them, only the ones that I know where they're going, like I know their owners. But I said that they can choose the names. I don't want to name somebody else's baby,
Of
but I
course.
do want to raise them to be the most friendly and like explorative little guys that you can have. Because a lot of people don't socialize their rats enough, and I want to break the stigma of
Well, a thing I've noticed too, because we've owned a few rats, with people that get like you to where they've got big litters or like a few of them, that's when they get to where they don't really mess with them as much,
yeah.
and it's not as good, we've when the times when we've had them, it's only been literally like one rat or two rats at a time, and they're always held and out, and
So with my litters, I take them out 2 to 3 times a day to check health, to make sure they don't have any injuries, and to just hold them and play with them so that they're easy and loving for their forever family.
See, that's good. You got to get them people oriented before they go out into their new people families, you know?
Just like you would with any animal, like
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna be like rewarding if you just ignore them. So like that's what I like to say. A rat will love you as much as you love them. So if you put like a lot of time in and you spend a lot of time talking to them, then they're gonna just love you. They'll do zoomies when they see you. They'll look at you like you're the best thing.
Oh yeah, the Reverend, the one that I was telling you about before we got on screen or whatever. Every time we would walk in the house from work and stuff, he would like be at, you know what I mean, right at the wall of the cage, like, let me out, come hold me. You know what
Like,
I
I
mean?
missed you.
Yeah.
That's actually something people didn't know is that when you leave, rats get separation anxiety and they get very sad and depressed. So if you're gone for a few days, they'll probably just sleep while you're gone.
It
Aw.
was funny. Our rat, he was never the one I was telling you about. He was never even like us boys would leave for work, but uh what's her name? What was she? Renee would be at home all day with him. And he didn't like she'd hold him and stuff, but when us boys got home, he was like, Papa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So rats definitely do usually have a favorite person, um, or a favorite few people, and it's completely.
Swell says, I have a pet snake. I feed it rats. They have soft bones.
Uh,
Good
well, I
lord.
also like snakes, but I sell pets, so I love snakes. To be honest,
I think there's a difference between feeder rats and pet rats, though.
there is. Usually you don't
Yeah.
interact with
The
feeder
first
when
one
you're
you
breeding them.
feed
It
to
just
Whatever, dude.
look at this one's little belly. It's all white.
Like a tuxedo. You know what I've noticed that's interesting? A lot of them have very similar patterns to what you could see in other animals.
Yeah.
Do they pee on you? Yes, they
Yeah.
do. That was talked about.
So as females get older, they stop doing that. Because it's just like a baby. They have no control of their bladder. But a male will pee on you because he loves you. He's like, "This is mine." Pee.
That's why I do that, babe.
Oh no.
Goodness. Anyways, moving on. His name is Hand Nibble. Heck yeah. Shout out Swell. Who else is watching? I know Gio is watching. Thank you guys so much for tapping in.
Hey, when you share this out, guys, try to share it out to some groups that aren't necessarily music oriented groups because it's not a music chat. And try to share it out to some individuals. I know you guys know some girls and stuff that are into animals and whatnot. Share it out to them. Even if they don't catch it now, maybe they'll, you know, watch it later when they check their message from you.
Got him. She's got 2 babies.
I got 3.
3. Anyways, 3 babies. Let's go.
No ceiling. Look
It's
more directly towards yourself.
okay. I'm on it. We're doing this. Anyways, guys, I'm getting lectured over here, but it's all for good purpose.
It happens.
It happens. That's something
Sometimes
that
we all
happens in the
need.
business world. So do you have anything else that you do talent wise or hobby wise on the side or that you want to eventually invest time into?
Anything art oriented?
Well, I used to do a lot of art stuff, but not at the moment. I am looking at getting into some more. I want to start scrapbooking and
I was gonna ask, what is your favorite medium of art to work in, or do you like to paint or sculpt or?
I do like to paint. I also like poetry. I almost got published a few times when I was in middle school, but I also was dumb and did not go to school, so that did not happen.
My aunt Brenda had a book of poems published. You just gave me a good idea. I might have her on maybe if she wants to come say hi to everybody.
That would be so cool. I don't think that because I love. I wanted to get into. It's not like it's like scream poetry, but not like screaming. It's like emotional poetry, like word poetry, like spoken poetry.
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying.
I think it's beautiful. I like it makes you feel something.
Definitely, definitely.
How about Johnson, but better?
I've written a. I hate to admit this, but the times I've been in jail or incarcerated, I've written a lot of poetry, good poems and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the only way you can just get what you feel out on paper
Right. A
or
lot
out
of times
at
when
all.
we start out, it's just a letter and it just be poetry because that's how I think, or you know.
I used to sing a lot, but my lungs wouldn't allow me to do that anymore.
I know you actually. I remember growing up, you had a very beautiful voice, and
You should still practice. It's good exercise for the lungs.
it is. I could get you on a feature on a couple songs, and that'd be way cool.
Well, I'm having like lung therapy. I have like antibiotics and stuff like that that I have to take every day to strengthen my lungs cuz I know that I've coughed a few times and it's because my asthma is doing like horrible. It's been hard to breathe and this weather's been real bad for me. I've like stopped smoking nicotine, all that stuff.
That's good. I got her to stop smoking cigarettes. We're doing the vape thing, but I feel like it's a lot better.
Yeah, for me, the vapes because of my asthma, having liquid in your lungs was way worse. Way worse.
I feel like this stuff, I'm sure it's different, you know, from person to person, but I feel like the vape, for me, I could smoke like 3 or 4 cigarettes in a day, and I would wake up the next morning and be like really, like trying hard to cough up the stuff that I feel like is like in the bottom of my lungs.
Oh
But like,
yeah.
but if I could smoke a vape all day long, like puff the crap out of it, and the next morning I might wake up and like have one little pull that, you know, but it's nothing like the
So
cigarettes were.
so the only reason why vapes are better is because of the flavor, but health wise actually you're smoking more packs of cigarettes a day. Smoking
Right.
out.
I feel like it's about the tar in my lungs though, and how
Yeah.
how easily my body cleanses the tar from my lungs or whatever the heck's going in it, you know.
Yeah. So
That
it
does
just
make sense.
just
Definitely. Oh
sorry, I got thirsty.
no, you're totally good.
Already put that one in the fridge and get out the coldest thing.
What's up?
Hello.
We got people in the comments. I'm just saying what's up to Don, Swill. We had a lot of people in the comments tonight. We got another interview coming up in about in 2 hours exactly at 6:30. So if you guys want to come back and tap into that, we'll be live later on as well. We've got about 2 minutes here for this interview. We're gonna wrap it up around the 30-minute mark, if that's all right. Do you
All
have
right.
anything that you want to say to the audience before we go?
Just bringing out one of the moms to say hi. My crazy girl, she's gonna jump off my back.
Before you go, hold on. I gotta remind you of something.
What's this one's name?
This one's name is Astrid. She has an odd eye, which means she has one red eye and one black eye.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Remind our audience that we will continue doing the stuff for the promotional giveaway stuff, well, all that stuff that we were talking about before. And
For our
you know what I mean?
podcast, keep up the good work.
Give them good reason to tune in.
Definitely hit me up about that podcast crossover stream collab. That would be awesome. And also, don't forget, guys, that we're doing all sorts of promotional stuff. So you want to make sure and hit us up, and continue with that.
Share our podcast, view our podcast.
Share the show, and don't forget to come back for more. And Jenna, is there anybody that you want to give shout outs to now?
Shout out to my rat who just threw her baby off of a cliff in their cage.
Oh no.
The baby is fine. She's just a bully. That's all.
She's
I don't.
just a bully.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to everybody watching this: Don, Swill, Geo, Jacob, Jordan, everybody in the comments that tapped in today. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to share this video and tag your favorite underground artists and send your music in for Rotation Tuesdays. And with that, I'm gonna give you guys a
everybody,
piece.
everybody, remember, invite more people to Happydaze Hangouts and Happydaze Productions. We need more followers. We need more people in the group that can. In our group, you can share your own things. You can promote yourself. So join the group as well.
Join the Happydaze Hangouts group. I'm going to link that in the comments after the episode. So with that, I'm going to play our outro, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.
People just love to hate. So don't even worry about that. Just keep pushing and keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah, so you guys know
You're watching
that's what we're doing.
the Bobby and Chaz show.
So I fell asleep in a hotel parking lot, and then I woke up in a fucking Walmart parking lot 2 hours away. You know how scary that shit was?
I could not sleep. I'm sitting.
Who's doing that new challenge that everybody's copying from the Midnight Yami video?
Yeah, he's doing the glizzy challenge.
The glizzy challenge. Yeah, there we go. The glizzy challenge.
You've done some JCW before. How many of them have you done?
I did one JCW event that was the most
Thank you for tuning
show
in
I've ever
to the Bobby and Chaz show.
I like this one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is one of the ones I've performed off of this album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people love it. So. Right, I dropped it.
So, and you drew.
To do the cream of corn competition?
Yeah, so everyone's invited, but it's gonna be at the gathering. We do want to kind of branch out, maybe try to bring it to like little bars here and there, like maybe bring it to Sitchco's eventually. But yeah, we're doing like an event. So that's kind of where this idea came from. We're like, what if we got a bunch of people on our show and started asking them to be like part of our cream corn wrestling event? And so yeah, that's how we kind of started the show. But tonight,
listen, if you guys are gonna get like a swimming pool or something like that and put cream of corn in it, I'll perform next to it, but I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, so we
that's literally what we were talking about. We were trying to get like put on a